welcome to Cooking with Miss O. Let's join Mary Beth Oxendine in the kitchen as she teaches you how to cook Southern style healthy.
Hey, I'm Gus Arundel with Springer Mountain Farms, and I'm sitting here hosting the Cooking with Miss O show with Mary Beth Oxendine. Hey, Mary Beth.
Hey, Gus, I'm so glad you could come.
Well, thank you, and I love to come when you're cooking chicken.
Oh, I can imagine, but I also need your help today. This is another chicken that I really like to cook with.
Yes.
The chicken tenders, and a lot of us want these chicken tenders in our stores, but tell them how they can get it if they can't get it in their store.
Yes, well, the best thing you can do is go to the grocery store to the meat manager and say, I want Springer Mountain Farms, I want more of a selection. And if you do that, hopefully that we'll get some more in. You can go to Ingles, needs more selection. You go to Bi-Lo, go to Earth Fare, go to Food Line. Tell them that you want more Springer Mountain Farms chicken. And
Publix has the most.
Publix, go to Publix. Publix does a great job for us.
They do, but they still don't have that one.
No, they don't have the tenders, but it's interesting that you said that. These are so pretty. I love the packaging and stuff, but not taking away, the tenders are the best, and I like the tenders best too, but we do it about all the grocery stores we mentioned, Publix, Bi-Lo, Ingles, Earth Fare, Food Line. They've all got boneless, skinless breasts. They've got the Springer Mountain Farms boneless, skinless breasts.
That.
And you can take the individual and split them up and make your own tenders, but it's not an original chicken tender.
I know,
agree.
and I would really like it. But the other thing too is kids like this so much.
Yes, it's great finger food.
And it's also wonderful when you're having salads in the summer. Then you have these the way we're going to do it today, and you have them frozen up, and you can just take down a few, and then you can bake them and put them on your salad.
That's the next idea. Just leave them whole, thaw them out, cook them, chop them up.
Yeah,
Good
and you don't even
salad.
have to chop them up. I lay them on top. So, and kids, you can chop it up then if you want to.
Yes, and I was talking to your assistant before the show, and she knows a lot about chicken and stuff, and chicken is the highest source of protein you can get. It's higher than beef, it's higher than pork. Chicken is the high, I believe it's 95%, whatever. It's the highest source of protein you can get.
It's very high. And actually, when I was sick, one time the lady wanted me to eat a chicken breast at every meal.
At every meal?
Yes.
It's good for you, too. It sure is.
My gallbladder had gone bad after a miscarriage, and so they had that. But actually, until the gallbladder came out, chicken was the only thing I could digest.
Wow.
I know. So
well, it just shows you how amazing chicken is, and you can fix it so many different ways.
It really is.
And how are you going to do it today?
Oh, it's real easy. This is a real easy recipe. This is another one out of my freezer book that I have changed a little bit too. And I'm going to do some other changes and tell you what else you can do.
Is this particular recipe in your cookbook?
No, this is what I'm going to do.
Well, I like to brag on your cookbook. Here it is.
Right there.
If you don't have it, you ought to get it. Gus has got it. It's Healthy, Simple, Southern Style Cooking on One Income by Mary Beth Oxendine. And you can go on your website and find it.
And Tobe handles that. He will send it right out to them.
Okay, that's great.
And then we also send coupons in it.
Yes, you get a Springer Mountain Farms coupon.
That's right.
That is correct.
And the other thing too, Gus, is the beginning freezer meals we did are all the recipes in there. So these are recipes that aren't in there. That we're doing there because this is also chicken that I have trouble getting too.
Okay.
And I really, I'm baffled why grocery stores, and maybe you can help me with this, we have a good chicken. People want to buy it, want to eat it.
Correct.
And then they don't have it for us. And then they leave all that sick stuff in the counter for us to get.
Yes, what I call the cheap chicken. It's not fed as well, and I don't think it's. I know it's not raised as well.
I call it the sick chicken because it makes us sick.
Well, it will. Now, if you do want to order the tenders or the drums or the thighs, you can go online to SpringerMountainFarms.com and you can order it online. We'll ship it to you overnight. Talk to Susan, my assistant Susan, and she'll get you fixed up.
That's great. And then also you could call Ingles because that's my favorite grocery store. I love all of them, but that one is my favorite, and because they help me so much.
Ingles does a good job.
They
for us
do.
too.
So ask them if they would please get this in our stores.
Put more Springer Mountain Farms items.
That's right, because we only have one. Now this is my verse today, Gus.
Okay.
And it's Psalms 147:11. It says, "The Lord delights in those who fear Him, who put their hope in His unfailing love." You know, it's nice to know that He loves you all the time, because when you become a widow, sometimes you just wonder, you know, and sometimes you think, oh my gosh, my life is over because there's nobody here. And but you know what? He loves us unconditionally, and He loves us. People can be, you know, love you or not love you or be upset with you or be mad at you. Family can do that.
Correct.
And friends can do that, and you know what? But with him, it's unfailing.
God won't do that. That's
He never
right.
does that. He doesn't have favorites, and he loves
Well,
everyone.
did you know, I think that way about dogs too. Dogs are unconditionally, they love
That's
you.
true.
And you spell dog backwards, and what do you get?
God.
God.
Oh my gosh, gosh, I never even knew that. My daughter would agree with you. She has 3 dogs. And there was one dog that whenever I come in the house, he's wagging his tail, he licks me, when he
Oh,
stands
they're
on
always
his...
so glad to see you. Unconditional love.
It is, unconditional love. So that's a good idea. When you see that with a dog, you understand in person what God does for us.
That's correct.
Isn't that right?
That is correct.
Okay, I want to tell you what this one is. It's called just baked chicken fingers. Now you can go ahead, we're going to go ahead and put it raw into the freezer. That's how I like to do it. But you can also go ahead and bake them and have them in the freezer so that when your kids come home after school and stuff, or your husband comes in and dinner's not quite ready, you can just pull one out and it can be a good snack.
Now, are you going to show us, as we did the show, I guess it was last week or a couple weeks ago, we started out with one meal and we ended up with 2.
2 meals, yes.
Is that gonna transpire today, you think?
We can do that because I also do chicken tenders in that salad dressing, and I do a couple of
Yes,
bags of
okay,
that
that's
too.
great. But you do.
And then- but
In
the-
fact, you got mini meals, I guess.
Yes.
Just with the tenders, you get.
Yes, because and then with those, I go ahead and grill them and then put them in a bag, and then I can just pull those out for a salad or anything like that. But today, I'm going to do this one,
Okay.
and I do a couple of those too, because with 30 meals in your freezer, I do a couple of everything.
Correct.
Okay, and when my son-in-law pulls out the grill, I say, "Wait a minute, Kevin, don't shut that thing off." And then
Got it.
he loves it because I'll give him some.
Are your recipes are they posted online on your website?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so you
They
get them
are.
there.
Yeah,
Great.
when we do it, and I want y'all always to know that whatever I have in the pantry, in the cookbook, is what I use, even the new recipes I do.
And you've got a list in your cookbook. You have all those ingredients. You can do anything in your
You
cookbook.
want, so you
That's
don't
a
have,
great
your
idea.
husband does not have
many
to get
people do
mad
that.
because you went out and bought a whole bunch of stuff and then nobody liked the meal.
I
That's
heard that.
happened to us.
Yes,
So you
yes.
don't
No,
want
no.
that.
Everything that in your
That saves
pantry, in
your
your
money.
cookbook, that's how you prepare your meals.
That's right, and that's how I bring in new recipes.
It
Make
is,
sure
and
it's out of
yes,
that.
and I don't think there's another cookbook out there that does that.
It
They give you the
doesn't.
recipes, but in the ingredients. But like you said, like at my house, like you said, I've got a whole lot of stuff in my pantry that
You don't use
touched
regularly.
since
yes.
got there.
I see, and that's what you don't want to do. You know, I'm always trying to think the mom needs it, or the widow needs it, or the husband whose wife has died of cancer and he's got
Right.
children and he's having to cook. I mean, I want it to be as simple, or the mom that has a handicapped child. That's
Yes.
what my book is about. It's
Yeah.
so we can get dinner on the table.
That's right, and it's all about cooking your own meals at home too. There's something about getting a meal instead of going out
really
to
is.
Joe Blow fast food. Yeah,
Exactly, and I just was teaching at a high school, and I asked who sits around the table, and only one person raised their hand, and that was all. And then somebody else said, we sit around the table, but it's a different restaurant every night. So, you know,
Yeah.
I think that's kind
That's
of
right.
sad.
No, there's something about eating at home, and that is, and you're trying to put all the good food and good family and everything.
Everything in that.
together.
We are, you're right.
You're a good person.
Now let's go and do this. I use this mayonnaise. Do I love Duke's? Yes, but Duke's now has a preservative in it that I would recommend not using that with children, and it's my favorite mayonnaise, so that really breaks my heart. So this is a healthier mayonnaise than this one right now, and it's Spectrum and it's organic. You can get this at Ingles. That's the only
Okay.
place I've ever seen it, but it might be other
Okay.
places.
Mary Beth, let's take a commercial break.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Welcome back, y'all. Now, Gus, let's get to cooking, okay?
I'm ready, Mary
And we're not
Beth.
really cooking. We're just getting it together.
We're
so
just
somebody
preparing
can
so
cook
somebody
later.
can cook.
That's
and I
right.
like your idea. I think before the commercial break, you had talked about maybe you could cook it, then put it in the freezer. But I like just for me, it's going to be better. You got it raw, put it in the
think so,
freezer,
too.
take it out, and then cook it.
Then it's like fresh.
Yes, more
instead
fresh.
of heating it
instead,
back up.
Instead of heated
And
back
you can
up. That's
walk
right.
in the house, take that bag, dump it in your, I shouldn't say dump, just
No, but
pour it into your baking dish.
pour it in your.
But this
yeah.
one you would put on a sheet like this.
Okay.
And
We're
you would
gonna-
use
we're gonna put 'em
parchment
on a-
paper. They say you can grease it, but I rather use parchment paper. It browns better.
Yes.
It browns more evenly, and it doesn't burn on the bottom. So
Okay.
that's what
Okay.
I would do.
You got that
okay.
fixed up with with the parchment paper.
That's
yeah.
right.
Okay.
And so
in
I
fact,
wanted
you
you to show
use
that.
parchment paper a whole lot in your
I
cooking
do.
instead of the oil, which is better for you.
Well, it also,
mean-
it saves me a little money too.
And saves a little money too.
Yeah,
that?
see,
You're
so-
cooking on, hitting on all cylinders.
I'm sorry.
You are.
So, but anyway, I could feed a family of 4 when I first started out with for $35 a week.
Wow.
And it was all meals.
Wow.
And I always had extra for the company. Then it went up to $50.
Right.
And I think that's the highest it ever went.
Wow. Wow.
So, but
Well,
anyway.
okay, well then,
Here we go.
how are we going to make your sauce? I'm
Okay, we're
interested
going
in
to do
this.
mayonnaise, milk, dry mustard, and they do onion powder. I don't. I do the garlic powder because I think it tastes better. So
I agree.
that's a change
I
on that.
agree.
Okay, and we're doing the Simply Organic, of course. Now we need here, Gus. I need a half a teaspoon of paprika into that breadcrumbs that we had, and that's from the bread right there. And we did the easy thing that's only $9.99 at Walmart.
Now let me ask you something that is controversial in the food arena. Does paprika have any taste? It garnishes nice. It gives
It
good
does.
color.
I think it has taste.
You think it does? Okay.
Yeah. Do you
okay.
think it has taste? Well, smell it.
Well, yes, it smells like it tastes.
And that's how it tastes. That's taste.
Okay, that's the-
Now look
okay.
at this. Smell this. It's a different taste.
It is a different taste.
So it does taste.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I'm
Taste some.
I'm gonna
But be
try it.
careful, it's kind of spicy.
okay.
Okay. It tastes.
It's got a taste. It sure does.
It does. So you just dispelled that one.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Thank
yes.
you so
Okay.
much.
Okay, we'll get
now,
on
I
here.
need you to stir that.
Okay, before I put anything else
Yes,
in.
nothing else goes in this now. Stir
Okay.
that up for me, please. And then I'm going to do this. We'll do 2 teaspoons of the dry mustard. Okay, and I love dried mustard. These are all spices I use in my pantry.
I like the dry mustard. I just like mustard.
I do too. Mustard's my favorite. Better than
I tell you what, a sandwich without mustard is like a day without sunshine.
that's. I like that. That's good, Gus. I like that. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of the garlic powder. And
Okay.
sometimes you can get garlic salt, but I try not to put too much salt in your diet.
I agree. That's what
so
I do too,
the
Mary
garlic
Beth. No,
powder.
no, and that garlic salt's hard to beat, but I do.
love
I
it.
got rid of my garlic salt at my house, and I just use the garlic powder.
You do too.
Yes.
Okay. Now that we're going to put those down there so everybody can see it. And now, could I have that spoon back, please, Gus? Then we're going to do the mayonnaise, and it's 1/4 of a cup. Now let me tell you what you can do, and I'm not doing that today, but you can take the mayonnaise and do 1/8 of a cup of the mayonnaise and do 1/8 of a cup of plain yogurt, organic yogurt, and I do that a lot.
And it doesn't make it sweet.
I do the plain, so it's
Okay,
not
plain,
sweet.
so it's not sweet.
Yeah, it's not the vanilla flavor.
Okay.
And so, do you want to dump that in there for me,
Yes.
please, Gus? Thank you.
Okay, you mix them up now, or
Well, we're going to pour a 1/4 of a cup of milk in there.
okay.
There you go. Now you can
That's it.
mix. Yes.
That's it.
Now, let me
Okay.
see if I have a little whisk if you want. Would you rather do it with a spoon or a whisk?
I'd rather do it with a whisk.
I would too. I love
that
whisks.
one.
I think they do real well.
I do too.
Here it is.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, we're going to do this.
Okay,
and
just whisk
go
it up,
ahead and
right?
do it. Whisk it up. That's good. You're doing good, Gus.
It's looking good and it smells good too. Must be that.
And if you
must be
do a
that
little bit of
paprika.
yogurt in it, it gives you probiotics. That's
yes,
why I like to do
and
that.
you have not added any salt or pepper. Are you going to? No.
no.
Okay.
No
I
salt
don't.
or
I try
pepper.
not to cook with salt and pepper too, unless you're frying chicken.
Well, yeah, I know. It's good with that.
Gotta have
And
this.
then what we're going to do is we're going to pour this over that chicken over there.
Okay.
Okay.
You think I've got it?
I think you got it. Go
Stirred
pour it
up.
over that
Stirred up
chicken.
enough.
Yes. Let me move this out of the
Okay.
way.
It's still a little lumpy. That doesn't matter.
No, because it'll all cook out.
It'll all cook out.
Yeah, it will.
Okay. Okay. So we want to pour.
Yes, and you'll probably
into
yeah,
here.
pour that into there. And use your spatula here to get it out. If you'll hold it,
Okay.
you can just. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Nothing like taking half your thumb with me.
At least it's not the grate.
I know. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. I've grated
the whisk,
my
the
thumb.
whisk is blunt.
Yes,
the
that's
grate is
true.
a dangerous thing for me.
It is for
Okay.
all of us.
All right,
Oh,
got
I'm
it?
sorry. I just messed you up.
It's all right.
Okay. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to put the lid on and shake this
That's
around.
pretty good.
It's
Okay.
good, isn't it?
It is good.
Now, be careful. I think I would shake it up and down because this isn't totally a real tight seal, and you don't want it all over you. Now it is. There. And just shake it around till you get all that sauce all over it. I'm letting him do all the hard stuff.
I do the heavy lifting.
Yes. Yes, you do. Get it all in there.
I think, you know what too, Mary Beth? Now, some people may say, well, you just turn them. But if you shake it like that, it gets it more marinated better. It gets it in the chicken.
You're exactly right.
And we do that at Springer Mountain. A lot of, yes, if we tumble. If you're going to marinate the chicken, we tumble it. We sure do.
Wow.
And so that's kind of what this is, a poor man's tumbler.
Yeah.
Gus is the poor man's tumbler.
Woman at home can only handle that, not another tool.
That's right.
Tumbler.
That's right.
Because it can be used for a lot of things. Okay, let's pour.
There, you wanna...
Let's pour it in here.
Okay, you think
maybe we better do it
enough?
over here. I think so.
Should we say shake well for 3 minutes? Something like that.
Just shake it till it covers it really good, y'all. Here we go.
All right, we pour it in there.
Okay.
Oh, that looks good.
Doesn't it, though?
See that?
It's covered good.
It is covered good.
And we're going.
That looks good, Mary Beth.
Here we go.
It really does. Okay, all of it.
All of it.
Okay.
There.
That's some good stuff, y'all.
And you know, when I do this, I usually use 2 of these packs in a thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But you can just use 1 and do something different with that one. Now, guess what I want you to do now? We had paprika, and that's my breadcrumbs that we did in there.
That's correct.
And my fresh whole wheat flour. Would you please dump that in
I
here?
would love to. In fact, you hadn't made or demonstrated, and I don't know if you
want me to
mind repeating, but you hadn't demonstrated making bread in a while.
That's true. That's true. I need to do that, don't I?
This goes in there with it.
Okay. Now, would you shake and bake?
Yes, yes. I'll be
Do you remember that commercial?
Yes, I do. And I helped.
I know. You did.
I helped.
Now, I've got it sealed. Probably need to take some of the air out. That smells good.
It does. It smells excellent.
There. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take it
Okay,
good.
now shake it again.
I want you to shake it so it gets all over that, and then I'll show you what we're going to do.
Okay.
These are jobs you can give to your kids. Make sure
They
it's
would-
sealed
they would
good.
love
They love
it.
helping
They
in the
would love
kitchen.
it.
Kids love being in the kitchen with their mom. Didn't you say you loved being in there with
Oh,
your mom?
yeah. My mom was a great cook, and bless her heart, she can't anymore, but my mother, and I guess everybody thinks this, but my mother was the best cook in the world, and I think everybody probably thinks that their mother is, but I know my mother was. She was.
My mom was not a good cook.
Oh,
she
I
was a
can't
wonderful
really.
mom,
Yeah.
and she loved to sew and knit.
No,
and so she let us play in the kitchen,
Uh-huh.
and that's how I got to like kitchen, because she didn't get mad or anything. She let us play.
Well, I'll be. No, my mom was, again, greatest mom in the world, still is, and
We were
And the
excited when
best
somebody
cook.
invited us out.
yes.
So
Well,
my mother was from the Midwest, and her mom was European,
Uh-huh.
and so they
What-
didn't cook like Southerners. It doesn't taste.
I was about to say, what? Yeah, they didn't cook Southern? No.
No, they shouldn't know how. So
What did you have?
oh, things like spaghetti with long stalks of celery and carrots in it.
Wow.
I know, not that one. That wasn't too
Yeah, I
good.
bet you didn't like that
No,
one too
no, I like stuff. I like stuff cut up, and it didn't have the seasonings. They didn't do seasonings too much.
Correct.
Now I did love her sauerkraut, and that was real good.
Well, I like I said, you use other seasoning besides salt and pepper. And that's
Oh,
a,
yes,
That's a
because
good thing.
We need those seasonings. They all have nutrition in them. That
Some-
looks great. What do you think?
It does look
Okay,
great.
now let's just lay it down here and show them
Okay.
what we've done. That's a
Okay,
whole
thank-
meal.
It is. Now, I don't know if it makes any difference on television, but it's in a blue bag.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it's
it's in
fine.
blue bag.
They're just going to see how you coated that beautifully, and some
Thank
of that
you.
sauce got up on that thing. So I try to, when I do it, I spread them out so that when I lay them out there, because I'll have plenty of bags on top of it.
And I would say,
No.
Mary Beth, what that would be a meal for 2.
Oh, that could be, if you have young children, that could be a meal for 4.
Okay.
Okay? If you have younger children.
Yeah, younger children. But
And
anyway,
especially
yeah.
if it's little girls, you could have a meal for 5.
Okay.
Because the dad would be the big eater there, you know?
Well, it sure is
and
pretty,
there's
and there's
how
a
many
nice-
chicken
nice
tenders
sized
in there?
tenders, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Help me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
There's
think
8.
about that.
There's about
Some-
8 pieces.
When you have vegetables with it, and you have all your different things, and then I would put one of my dinner rolls with it. We're going to go to a commercial break. Thank
Okay.
you. Welcome back, y'all. Gus, now
Yes.
we've shown them that this is how it looks when it goes in the freezer. This is how it is before we put it like this. And now we're going to show them how, when they take it out of the freezer, we're going to
It's
pretend this
gonna
was
look.
been in the refrigerator all day. They've taken it down the night before, and we're going to show
Correct.
them. Then all you do is take your parchment paper, and Gus, you want to help me take
I
these
will.
out? Go
I sure
ahead.
will. Okay. And again, thank you for letting me be on your show, and remind everybody that Springer Mountain Farms is fed an all vegetable diet. Never, ever any antibiotics whatsoever. We are certified by the American Humane Association that we're good to our chickens. They get more room to roam. They come and certify us to make sure that that our chickens are happy, and a happy chicken is a better tasting chicken. And those are so pretty. I hope
And
we're
we
we're
need some
blocking
more.
everybody's view
I
with their
I
bag.
don't think we are. I think if you want to do this too, you can put a little more breadcrumbs in it, because these.
Yeah. And do you want to
Probably
preheat your oven or just turn it on?
I would preheat it to 375.
375
Yeah,
on these, okay.
and it'll take probably about 25 minutes, and that's all, maybe even 20, so you need to watch them. And if you want them to get browner, always just stick your broiler on for a minute or two, but watch it at the end. With the
Yeah,
broiler.
because you
Yeah,
burn them, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a very good
And
thing.
see, you got all this left in here, Gus, so we're going to,
Kind of put that on
yeah, put it on there. Here, you want some?
That's
there.
great. They look so good, Mary Beth. I can't wait to taste them.
They smell good. Do you smell that?
Yes, and whenever now you bake them, they're going to come out like they're fried, right?
Yes, they're baked fried.
You're the best cook.
Really?
Yes,
Thank
you are.
Gus. I
Besides my
appreciate it.
mother.
Besides your mother,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. My
right.
mother's first, yourself.
That's right. She should be.
That's
I would
right.
want my children to think that too. But
Yeah.
they've
Thank you again.
good
It's
cooks.
been a great show. It really,
Thanks
really
so
has.
much, y'all. Hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.